Alright guys, we're here today at 9519 West Meadowbrook Avenue down here in Phoenix, Arizona. As you can see, we have the home right here in front of us, and let's take a quick look around the neighborhood. So you can see how quiet it is, how peaceful, there's nothing crazy going on. It's a nice and quiet neighborhood. And it's also right off of the 101 freeway. So, you are right next to a ton of shopping areas, a ton of food areas, easily within a 5-10 minute drive. So, location, like they say, is always key. And this home definitely has that. So, let's go ahead and take a step inside. And you will walk right into a really nice size, maybe like a front room or living area. So you can see, you would have a couple different layout options. You can have your TV there, you could put the TV over there and have some couches right here. So there's a ton of space and a ton of natural light from all of these windows in here. So you have the ability to set this room up however you would like, and you're still gonna have a ton of light and a ton of space in here. So when we walk through this way, we're going to step into a dining room and a kitchen. So this would be the dining area here right in front of us, which is a very spacious area. And then over to the right, we're going to have the kitchen, which you can see how many cabinets you get, the uppers and the lowers in this kitchen. So you're never going to run out of storage. Of course, you got your cooktop, the oven, the microwave, everything you need in here to make a fantastic dinner. And then you also get a little pantry over here as well, which you can see you get the floor to ceiling shelving. So you're gonna have a ton of space for all of your cooking ingredients. And then we'll go ahead and take a step out into the backyard, which you can see you get a massive covered patio area, as well as a really nice patch of grass out here. A lot of homes nowadays are going to like turf or things like that, but out here in Arizona, it'll get so warm in the summertime that you actually can't even walk on it. So having real grass is actually a huge benefit because you can actually use it in the summertime. Whereas, something like turf or anything like that, you're going to burn your feet and it's not going to be a very good time. And then you also have a nice little brick patch back there. You could put some seating, a nice little umbrella. You could have a really nice little setup out there. You could put up maybe like a barbecue out here as well, cooking for your friends and family. And of course, you get this little area over here as well that you have the option to fence off. So you had something back there, you don't want your animals or little kids get into. You could easily just fence that off and have no issues with it. So let's go ahead and step back inside. And we'll head back towards the front door. So that's the front door right there on the left that we came through. And right here, you're actually gonna have a nice little closet, which is super convenient because it's gonna be right off of your garage door as well as the front door. So you can put your coats in there, some of your shoes, some things that you use going in and out of the home a lot, you could easily store in there. And it's in a super convenient location because this is actually your garage door right here in front of us. But we're gonna take a look at this first bedroom right here on our left. And you can see this is a really nice size room. You got the beautiful carpet, all the fresh paint, and then also a really cool view. You have this bush right here for some privacy, but you can still have a really cool view out to the front of the home. And it allows a ton of natural light in. And then, of course, you get your huge closet and your ceiling fan. So then this way, this is going to be your 2-car garage, which you can see, I have the door cracked just so we can see it a little bit better in here. But you get these really cool built-in cabinets as well. So, this home has a ton of cabinet space, a ton of storage, and a ton of natural light, which are a couple of really nice things to have in a home. So we'll step this way into a second guest bedroom, which this room is super bright. I'm not sure the camera's picking up how bright this room is, But this is a super nice and bright room. And then of course, all the beautiful carpet and the huge closet as well with the ceiling fan. And then something we passed up right here is a hidden washer and dryer setup. So you can see you have both of them right here. Of course, you get a nice little storage shelf on top as well. But then say you're using them or you just want to hide them, you could easily close these doors and you almost wouldn't even know they were there walking past. And then right behind us, we're gonna have a full guest bathroom. But you can see you have the beautiful countertop, all the cabinetry. You know, you got the full shower tub combo in here as well. And then right across the way, we're gonna have another storage closet. Of course, floor to ceiling shelving. And then over here, we're gonna step into the primary bedroom, which you can see this room is ginormous. I mean, it goes all the way back over here behind the door. Of course, you get the ceiling fan, the huge window, all the fresh carpet and paint in here as well. Take a look from over here. And then we'll see right over here in the bathroom, you're gonna have a massive walk-in closet. So you can see how big this closet is. I mean, I could easily come all the way over here and you can see, I mean, there's a ton of space in here. And then actually over here, we're gonna have another shower tub combo, as well as a dual vanity setup, which is a really nice look. You know, it's something really nice to have in a home this size. You know, say a couple of different people are getting ready, all of those things, and you're gonna have a ton of space for all of that. So that's gonna be about it for the tour of this home, guys. If you have any questions, you can take a look at our website, which is rpmphoenixvalley.com. Thank you guys for touring with me.